Hello and welcome back to another Euro 2024 video. Today is not going to be a predicting video. It's going to be me reacting to my Euro 2024 predictions that I did at the start of the Euro 2024, which was around a month ago now. Unfortunately, you know, this team absolutely shamedly bollock. Starting out in Group A, Germany, Hungary, Scotland and Switzerland. And I think, just to get this over and done with, I put Germany in first. Let's go! Germany in first. What a great start. Predicted that perfectly. But the next one, you know what, Hungary? Last 12 games, we look at their qualification round and whoo, that's some decent stuff. Undefeated in the last 12 games. Szoboszlai leading the squads. I don't know much about all their players. This team's going to be a dark horse. It's going to be. They're going to finish in second place in Group A. I knew barely any of those players and I was confident in saying Hungary in second. I know I did talk about them having a 12-game winning streak, but at the time of actually uploading that video, they had lost to Ireland 2-1 against Ireland of all teams, the Republic of Ireland. But I did predict Switzerland over Scotland, right? That would be the logical thing. Scotland and Switzerland, honestly, they could both be in third or fourth. I'm going to go Scotland. The likes of Andrew Robertson, John McGinn in there. Obviously, Switzerland. I feel like Switzerland are a better side, though. I thought Switzerland was a better side. That is amazing. But I went Scotland in third and Switzerland in fourth. I said Switzerland were a better side, and yet I put Scotland in third because of John McGinn and Andrew Robertson. I don't know why I put Switzerland in fourth. I didn't even give an actual explanation in that video why I put Switzerland in fourth. I don't know why I didn't put them in second. I'm an absolute mug for saying this. I'm so sorry, Switzerland fans, because you proved me wrong. So I only got 1 out of 4 in Group A. You know, that group, I'm thinking about it, is actually very easy to predict. I just do not know anything about the Euros at the moment. Hopefully it can improve going into Group B. And in Group B, we have Albania, Croatia, Italy and Spain. Can I quickly tell you something? I got all of them bang on. All of them absolutely bang on. I am a genius. Group B bang on after an absolute shambles of Group A, which I don't know what I was thinking putting Switzerland in fourth. But Group B was fantastic. Spain in first, Italy in second, Croatia in third, Albania in fourth. And that's exactly what happened. Unlike Group A. This is good. 100% right there. Let's move on to Group C, England's group. There's Denmark, England obviously, Serbia and Slovenia was in this group. And to start things off, this is what I said about Denmark and one of the individual talents. Rasmus Højlund, I assume he's going to be picked. Obviously, he's a great player. And you know what? He hasn't quite took off for Man United. I feel like the future is good. And maybe playing on a different side like Denmark, maybe he can thrive. And because of that, I feel like he could be a real danger. And Denmark, I think, can finish in second. I honestly do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rasmus Højlund got 0 goals, or in fact 0 goal contributions. And the main problem with Denmark was their attack, and they could not win games. They drew all their games. To be fair to Denmark, they did deserve to beat England. But I did predict Denmark in second, which ain't too bad. And I predicted England in first. Obviously, I'm going to predict England in first. But I wasn't saying it's going to be an absolute thrashing. After the Iceland game, after previous tournaments and how Gareth Southgate plays, I was thinking to myself, it's not going to be as easy as people might think. I feel like we'll get 2 draws in this group, okay? And we'll win 1. That's right. I did it 1 step further, said how many points they were going to get, said how many draws and wins they'll get, and I got that spot on. I predicted England fantastic to this point, which is amazing. You know what? My predictions are starting to go up. But for Serbia and Slovenia, I put Serbia in third, Slovenia in fourth. But in reality, it was the other way around. England, Denmark, Slovenia, Serbia. To be honest, Slovenia, I massively underestimated you. I thought you were going to get like 0 points, get absolute battered. But no, you proved me wrong. You got 3 points and you contested above Serbia, which in my opinion are a better country overall in terms of football. Let's move on to Group D. Austria, France, Netherlands and Poland. Right. This is a very interesting group because I think a lot of people did terrible in this one. Starting off with Austria, Netherlands and France are definitely the 2 favourites coming into this. And I'm going to have to put Austria last. That's right. I put Austria last. Completely ruling them out. I mean, if I put them in third, it'll be okay. But the fact that I put them below Poland, like, I had no explanation about it. I didn't know whether it would be Poland or Austria. Obviously, in reality, Austria did finish first. But let's see how I predicted everyone else. Moving on, France. They're topping the group. Boom, first place. Yeah, I mean, France are France, aren't they? Kylian Mbappe FC. Well, not just him. They've obviously got other players as well. They're a very, very, very good side. And they can easily win the tournament. One of the strongest sides along England as well. Did I say alongside England as well? France and England are probably the most underperforming clubs of Euro 2024. And I also mentioned Kylian Mbappe FC. He didn't score any goals from open play. He only scored one penalty, buddy. France, to be honest, their best part was by far the defence. Akunde is my favourite defender of the tournament. He's amazing. He's my new favourite defender. Why not? I love Akunde. He completely silenced Williams in that Spain game, but it wasn't enough to beat a flawless Spain. Between Poland and Austria, it's just kind of like rolling a dice in my opinion. They're that even from my knowledge, the general vibes I get. Did I actually say the general vibes I get? How I compared Austria and Poland, I did it on general vibes. This is how much knowledge this mug of a face has. General vibes is what I went on, and my general vibes were terrible. I'm speechless. I put Poland in third, obviously. In reality, they finished in fourth. Austria finished first, then France, then Netherlands in third, and I did predict Netherlands in second. So comparing these two, I think I got 0 right. That is awful. 0. How can it get worse in Group A and what I predicted? It was absolutely terrible predictions. As we move on to Group E, it was Belgium, Romania, Slovakia, and Ukraine, which led Group E. And in reality, they all finished on 4 points. But because of Romania winning 3-0 against Ukraine, that 3 goals means so much when there's barely any games played in the group stage. They went on top the group. But I put someone different to top the group. Romelu Lukaku, sensational. Belgium, amazing. They're finishing first. And Romania. I know they've got the likes of Hadji. What I've heard, Hadji's okay. I don't know many of their players. Again, not knowing any of their players. I didn't know barely any of Romania players. I didn't know barely any of the Hungary players. And that's probably why I predicted them so shambles. Romania, I put in last. But to be honest, they did all finish in 4 points. So if the game against Ukraine ended up being 1-0 to Romania, maybe that would have made a difference. And yes, it would have made a difference. They would have finished in third if they only won 1-0 against Ukraine. So good job they battered Ukraine. And yeah, Ukraine I put second. And first, as you know, I put Belgium. And third, I put Slovakia. At least I got one. I got one correct. Just one. Just one singular one correct in this one. Moving on to the last group. It was Czech Republic, Georgia, Portugal, and Turkey. Obviously, Georgia and Turkey, I mean, the fans were crazy. Apparently, it was a crazy game. Obviously, I wasn't there to feel the atmosphere when those two teams played, but it was absolutely crazy. And Turkey went all the way to the quarterfinals. And can I say, just watch this, and you'll find out how big of a brain I've got. Czech Republic, I think they've got a decent side. You know, well, when I say decent, I feel like they're kind of the average side, I would say. A bit like Ukraine, I would say they're an average side, but I am going to put them in 4th position. Here's why. Getting on to the next reason is Georgia. Yes, everyone puts them in 4th place, and I can look an absolute mug for saying this, but I think they will finish above Czech Republic. For their passion for football, and the fact this is the first time they've ever been in the Euros, which is fantastic, is the fact that they're going to have a bit of momentum just by them being happy they're there. And I feel like Turkey will finish in 2nd, and evidently I'm putting Georgia in 3rd. I feel like Czech Republic, Georgia, and Turkey, I feel like they're going to all finish in 3 points. Don't listen to saying all the bottom 3 teams in this group would get 3 points, because they didn't. Georgia went 1 step further and got 4 points. But I don't think I saw one person, maybe someone did. I said Georgia will finish 3rd, and I got this group entirely correct. I said Czech Republic will finish last, Georgia will finish 3rd, Turkey will finish 2nd, and Portugal 1st. And in terms of how many places I got correct throughout these group stages, I got 12 out of 24, so that's a 50% success rate. You know what, that's not too bad. That's around average. Although a dice has the same chance to get the same amount of predictions right. So it's nothing too big to shout about, but you know what, I'm happy. Now let's see what I said about the round of 16. Now with my predictions, Germany versus Denmark would have also happened. And well, in my individual predictions, I said Germany would win. In these predictions, I said Germany would win. That's a correct team in the right place. I got that Denmark would finish in second and finish in the round of 16. Denmark, I felt like was quite a predictable team in terms of that they will probably go into the round of 16. The next game of the round of 16 was Hungary versus Italy. Now, evidently, this game never happened because I massively overestimated Hungary. I don't know what I was talking about. I should have done a lot more research into Hungary than just knowing like one or two of their players. It was Switzerland versus Italy, and this is what I had to say about Italy. Their squad, it's not as good as the 2020 squad, to be honest. And compared to a lot of these teams, I don't think Italy have a chance to win the Euros. To be honest, I don't think they do. But I'm going to go Hungary. Why not? Szoboszlai to put Hungary through to the quarterfinals. Yeah, that's right. I was 100% sure that they would not do well in this tournament. I wasn't even questioning them to win the Euros. What a prediction. Round of 16, for them to get knocked out in the round of 16. So Italy, I get a point for predicting them exactly in the round of 16 like they did. But Hungary, obviously I'm not going to get any points because they definitely did not finish the round of 16. The next game was Spain versus Scotland that I had to predict. Evidently, this one didn't happen. It was Spain versus Georgia. I did say Spain to go through, which is fantastic. I'm still keeping Spain in the tournament. But what isn't fantastic is the fact that I don't know how Scotland are in the round of 16 here. I don't know why I thought they would get all the way to the round of 16. I still don't understand. It must have been a mistake. There was something wrong with my brain. There had to be a mistake on why I put Scotland over Switzerland. I'm still confuzzled now. But I don't know. I said Spain to go through. That's all that counts. No correct teams there. The next one, England versus Georgia. Very similar flags, but England definitely going to win this. And England advance to the quarterfinals. That is right. I said England will beat Georgia. And they do have very similar flags, England and Georgia. Very similar. I said England will beat Georgia. To be honest, if this game actually ever planned out, it would definitely go down to extra time. And England would definitely make it harder for themselves. But I was pretty confident that we'll beat Georgia if that ever happened. And I got Georgia correct because they did finish the round of 16. So that's another correct team. So you know what? To start things off, it's looking pretty good. The next one was Portugal versus Serbia. Obviously, this game didn't happen. It was actually Portugal versus Slovenia because I got Serbia and Slovenia the wrong way around yet again. My apologies for completely underestimating Slovenia. I'm pretty sure they were probably the favourites to finish in last, but they did manage to get through. And you know what? They pushed all the way against Portugal, 0-0, and they did really well against Portugal as well. They could have easily made it to the quarters, especially the fact that Portugal did lose against Georgia. I mean, ever since that Georgia loss, it was absolutely awful. But nonetheless, I did say Portugal to advance over Serbia. Let's move on to the next game, Netherlands versus Ukraine. They are an average nation. They did finish last in their group, but it was 4 points, so that was quite hard to predict. But facing Netherlands, do have a good side, and obviously I would say Netherlands to go through. But moving on to the next one, Belgium versus Croatia. Obviously, I've already overestimated Croatia only by a bit. I was correct that they'll finish in third, but I was not correct that 2 points would be enough for them to get through the third place ranking. But still, Belgium did make it to the round of 16. But did I predict Belgium to get through or lose to Croatia? If I predicted Belgium to lose to Croatia, then that does mean I get another correct team. But instead, I did the obvious and I predicted Belgium. Belgium, in my opinion, are a better side. I love all their players. I think if this game did come out, it could easily go down to extra time, and it could easily go either way, really. But I think Belgium has slightly more quality, so I would still say Belgium to get through. But nonetheless, I got nothing there, no correct teams there. The next one was France versus Turkey. I mean, fair play to Turkey, yet again underestimating them. And Hungary was definitely not the dark horse. Turkey was the dark horse of this tournament. And you know what? What crazy fans they had in the Georgia-Turkey game. Absolutely crazy. I mean, Turkey are known to have very crazy fans, and they're all up to it, very energetic. But they got to the quarterfinals. To be honest, if Turkey did play France, even France playing absolutely shamedly bollock throughout the Euro tournament, I still would think France will get through. But obviously I said France to advance to the quarterfinals. Now we're moving on to the quarterfinals. It's Spain versus Germany, which obviously happened in real life. And well, obviously Spain won this one. Did I get this right? And did I knock out Germany? Well, let's have a look. I am going to edge the hosts, Germany, just about a teensy-wincy bit. Yeah, as you can tell, I mentioned that Germany are the hosts. And from memory, the reason why I put Germany to go through over Spain wasn't because I thought they were a better side overall, which, you know what, it was quite close between the two. It was because they're the hosts. Because they were so close in quality, in my opinion, because they're the host, I thought they would get through against Spain. And also, I did also say this. I've done multiple different predictions. I've done it multiple times thinking about it. At one point I put France to win it. At one point I put Spain to win it. Yeah, so I did actually predict Spain to win the entire thing just before I changed it. The fact that I did predict Spain to win it before, I think makes this game a bit better. But I went for home advantage in this one. That was the only reason. So it's not the worst one. I wasn't saying Germany are going to easily win it. So I'm not too upset about that one. But let's move on. And you know what? This one is a coin toss. I don't know. I'm going to go Portugal. And well, yes, I went for Portugal, as you saw right there, against Netherlands in the quarterfinals. Well, that means I get no correct teams again because Netherlands finished in the semi-finals and Portugal finished in the quarterfinals after getting knocked out in the penalty shootout against France, which, to be honest, it could have went either way. And well, the next one was Belgium versus France. I advanced France, and thank God I did, because I could get a correct team right, because I've only got 3 correct teams at the moment to finish in the right spot in the knockout stages. This could be another correct team just as long in the semi-finals I say France to lose. We'll find out in a bit. But against Belgium, I mean, yeah, obviously this game did plan out and France did win it. So I am actually correct in that sense. But because it's not the round of 16, I don't get anything for it. So I don't think it's the worst prediction ever, saying a Belgium-France quarterfinal. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm a happy bunny. And the next one was England versus Hungary. I said England will go through. Obviously I did. Obviously I said England would go through because England do have a better side on paper and they're always lucky getting through. I did say England will get through against Hungary. Now, what do I say against England and France? At the time, I thought France were going to be the normal France. I wasn't expecting Kylian Mbappe to score just 1 goal, and that's a penalty, and 0 open play goals, and the attack to play absolutely terrible. But obviously, full credit to the defence. Obviously, at this present moment, I didn't know that, but I still went with England to win over France because England did so well in previous tournaments. I thought they can get to the final again. The fact that England did put a good shift in last time they faced France, I thought they could do it again. And this time, Harry Kane won't blaze it over the bar. And I did say England would get to the final, which means I got France bang on correct. They did finish in the semi-finals. And in the other semi-finals, I said Germany to get through against Portugal. Obviously, you know, Germany are the hosts. That's why I said they'll go through. But in the final, I said it was going to be a Germany-England final. The main man up top. Is Harry Kane a curse of all trophies, including international? He is cursed. It seems like it at the moment. He is cursed. Germany versus England? I'm going England. I feel like they've got a better side than Germany. And there's actually a crazy stat. It probably got no relevance to what's actually going to happen. 100% doesn't. There's nothing to do with players or managers. The last time the hosts of a national tournament won it was back in 1986. But could that play a factor in? Probably not, but I'm going to say it will, and that will help England win the Euros. And I said England would win it. I said England would win it against Germany. And in fact, they did get to the final, but they did not win it. If I said England to lose, I would have got 15 correct. The fact that I mentioned a stat that had no relevance, that's not going to play a factor into it. But overall, I thought the fact that our squad was so good that I thought that would overrule the style of play Gareth Southgate had going into all the tournaments. But it didn't. It did not. That means I got 4 correct teams in the right place in the knockouts, which is a 25% of the teams. And the group stages, I got 12 teams correct, which means in total I got 16 out of the 40, which is a 40% of the tournament correctly predicted. But on my individual predictions for the knockouts, I got 11 out of the 16 teams correct, which means my total score would have been 23 out of 40 if I went with the individual predictions, which is a 57.5% of the tournament correctly predicted. So I will give myself a score out of 10, as not knowing who will be in the round of 16 makes it very hard to predict. So I will give myself a 6 out of 10. Rate me out of 10 down in the comments below. But obviously Germany got to the quarterfinals and Spain did win it. Well done Spain, the likes of Lamine Yamal. Absolute fantastic, 17 years old. Crazy. England didn't win it, and well, we were terrible in the Spain final. We were terrible. But now Gareth Southgate's gone, and it's rumoured that Eddie Howe will be the new manager, and I hope not. And do you know why I hope not? Because I don't want him to leave Newcastle United. My beloved Newcastle United. I don't want him to leave. Graham Potter will be fine. I hope Eddie Howe doesn't go. In my opinion, club football's better than national football, especially after this Euro tournament, and it was before. Come on, Newcastle United.